Thank you for joining us today. We will be discussing written business communication, the key to success. Presented by Dex Palmer, Erin Hurdle, and Ashley Shiflett. Hi, my name is Erin Hurdle, and I'm going to be presenting why do business people and other professionals write and who writes within a business. Clarity in writing is one of the most difficult skills to master. Word choice comes more easily for some business people than for others. In this age of text messaging, business communication increasingly comes in a shortened fashion. Even email has a much less formal style in companies than a letter. Taken to an extreme, this type of writing can seem lazy. If communication becomes too abrupt, it can send a message that the person receiving the communication was not important enough to the sender to take time to communicate in a complete sentence or checking spelling and grammar. Therefore, there is a top 10 reasons why business writing skills are important and that every employee should know. It helps foster communication. It also helps build credibility. It separates good employees from bad ones. It helps to keep records and create opportunity within teams and organizations. It boosts confidence and also needed to establish a strong web presence. If your company has a website and the spelling and grammar is incorrect, it can give off the idea that you're an unprofessional organization. So therefore, it can help show your expertise. It helps establish relationships and commands respect within the workplace. You show these skills when writing through all veins of work. Some of the most crucial ones are your emails, writing reports, presentations, sales and marketing, and visual aids. Who typically writes in a business? Human Resources tries to make a written case for hiring a particular individual to the manager whom the person will be reporting to. Then you have sales and marketing professionals. They're particularly skilled at using writing word to pursue customers to purchase the company's products and services, or at least pay attention to the advertisements. But everyone in the business world finds it necessary at times to persuade someone else to take action based on written material they have sent. The chief financial officer of a company makes written recommendations to the chief executive officer about expenditures. There are many more examples that we could give. At the end of the day, everyone within a business holds the key to success by being able to write and communicate effectively.
Hi, my name is Ashley Shiflett, and I will be presenting document types. There are different document types used in the workplace, such as emails, which are messages distributed by electronic means from one computer to one or more recipients via a network. Financial documents, which are used for reporting financial information about a business in a standardized format. Business reports and letters are used for preparing a formal written document for a business setting, and presentations, which are used to introduce, lecture, or a speech meant to inform and persuade. Business writing style. Typical business documents are written in a professional manner. They have a courteous tone, they are concise and accurate. Length of a business document depends on the subject matter and who is receiving the document.
Academic versus business writing. So typically, when we look at formality and viewpoint, in an academic paper, you're going to be much more formal and you'll usually be speaking from the third person. When you look at business writing, it's typically more of a semi-formal, and it's usually gone from the first person. Now that's not always the case, but if you look at something like a memo or an email, you're going to be much more semi-formal. If you're looking at a business contract or a marketing plan, things might start to head a little more on the formal side. So it is always a little bit of give and take. The next thing we're looking at is facts versus opinions. In an academic paper, you're going to be all facts. That's the point of it being academic. It is used for informational use. It is there to teach people, whereas business writing is there to sway people, and it's there to push your ideals. And so when you're looking at business writing, you're usually going to expect some opinions to come out. That doesn't mean that they will not be backed by facts. That's why it says there may be use of facts. The last thing we will look at is voice and tone. Academic voice is usually much more passive. You're going to be there to push the information out, and whoever would like to take it can take it. When you look at business voice, it's going to be much more active. It's because you're looking to get things done, and so you're saying, we are doing this. You aren't as much saying, I really feel like sometimes it might be a good idea if. You want to be looking to really push it and say, hey, this is what we're doing, and this is why. And that sums up academic writing versus business writing. Next, we're going to look at the business writing process. The first step to the business writing process is planning. The first step to planning would be to analyze the reason why you're going to be writing. Sit down and really think about what you're writing about and why. The next step would be to gather information. You want to gather as much information as you can on the topic and surrounding topics so that you have a large pool of information to draw from. The next would be to select your medium. What is the best that would connect and work with your audience, but also that you understand how to use? So PowerPoint or a public speech, a memo, an essay, it's your decision. The last step to planning is to organize. You want to take all of the information and start to get an idea of, let's say, an outline, and really try to sit down and decide how you're going to portray your message. The second step in the business writing process is writing. First, you want to look at your audience. You want to be sensitive to their needs, and you want to make sure that they are able to trust you. You want to build a strong relationship here and really give them a you attitude. You want to make them feel like you're working for them. Then you want to go with composition. You want to start actually writing, and you want to be able to choose the correct words and make sure that your sentence lengths are all concise and really get to the point. You don't want to drag people on and make them get bored before you're finished. The third and final step in the business writing process is completing. You want to go through a revision first. You want to sit down, go through your work, and revise it, revise it, revise it. You want to make sure that it is the best possible that it could be before you move on. The second step is production. You want to go through, add all of your graphics, add all of your animations if you're doing a slide, things like that, to really make it a quality and fun and engaging message. Your third step is going to be to proofread. And that might mean you, that might mean your friends, that might mean your peers, that might mean your boss. No matter who does it, make sure that they're honest with you and that they really take the time to sit down and go through your work and find any mistakes before we move on to the final step. The final step is distribution. That is getting your message to the people that you need it to get to. That might be through email, that might be through instant messaging, that might be on a billboard or through a website. Wherever it may be, you want to make this your final step because it needs to be your best possible product before we go through distribution.